And yes, we finally have encoding and transcoding, which is all very good. Okay, so we can close all of that down. Good evening, welcome to the stream. How the devil is everybody? Yes, I'm here. I'm doing the do. Yes, we are. It's a Wednesday. No real ideas what's going to be happening yet. I'm currently logged into the lobby and I'm social mediaing, if that makes any sense. Yes, I'm just posting the stream being live wherever. So yeah, all good stuff. Been busy recording and editing mostly today. So we're sort of we're kind of piggybacking back and forth from one like a regular episode to a an edited proper episode to just a VOD from the stream kind of thing, going back and forth quite a bit. Okay, so I've made a fair bit of progress on the tunes so far today. Challenger, Lightning Shield. So, out of interest, I'm just looking on AOU at the moment. Force and Nano lines. So the Mongos. Mongo Cyclops, Mongo's Titan. Couldn't cast that anytime soon. But like actual Mongo. Mongo Smash requires BM and PM for 400. Where are we? Probably nowhere near. BM and whatnot. PM and okay, so it is there. Where do I get it? Let's have a look. Mongo Smash. Mission reward at 132. Ah, okay. So you got to go farm to get the one above the one we've already got, which is okay. It's okay. Nope. Maybe it's quite easy to roll then. Go to the big screen, yes. Daylight 97, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Xanax 1970. Hey Carlos, my friend. Actually, this is Vanex, despite the Twitch name. You know, our former president isn't going to be playing again, so he's trying to pass the leadership over. But yeah. This ain't him, by the way. So what's the plan for the stream this evening? I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm enjoying this new little enforcer, but Daylights resub. They've subbed for 7 months. Currently on a 7th month. Yeah, where does the time go? Yeah, you're not kidding. Yes, indeed. I'm at work, so need to get off here. Just subbed to the channel today. Well, thank you very much for the sub. Much appreciated. Yes, that weird-looking caveman at the bottom, that's me. So, yeah. Yes, good day, everyone. Yeah, it takes a while for people to sort of filter in. But we're okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Right, I was thinking of doing a little bit of the Scheol Quests and sort of power level a little bit. If that's even a thing. Whew, sweating. Absolutely boiling. I need a towel, maybe? Oh, literally. It's gone very, very warm here today. Humidity is through the roof. What level? Oh, what level? 110 daylights, 110. Yeah, I'm not sure what the temperature is in this room, but it's pretty unbearable. We'll be alright. Just stay hydrated, sweat a lot, and go have a shower at the end of the stream, I think is going to be the answer. Ooh, so I've done all that. Done all those. Yeah, if I'm going to hit Shadowlands, then we need to lose grid space freedom and grab faster than your shadow, I think. Oh god, yeah, you feel it when you stop. When you don't have it, my god, you feel slower. So that's the plan so far. I'll bump log. Daylight's redeemed hydrate for 100. Yeah, you're not kidding. Yeah, if you're sweating, you should be drinking. In one end, out the other. Kind of thing. Well, yeah, that my hair's probably longer than it's been for years now. Gone from somewhere down here, then went back to short, and then then I cut it all off again, and it was like that for a couple of years, and then over lockdown I let it grow out a bit, just doing the home haircut thing. But yeah, a little too warm now. Alright, okay. Hoggerman has just resubscribed. 3 months already. Oh my god. Yeah, someone else just said, where does the time go? Indeed. Right, so I just knocked myself off the server. Let's log the little shade. Blang. I know, it goes frightening, isn't it? It's like, where did 3 months go? That was like 3 months ago was the beginning of the summer or something. You go faster than your shadow. And log back. The rest should be okay, I think. It's supposed to read out what you type on your, share my sub thing. It's supposed to read it out, but it hasn't. But okay. I will if Streamlabs doesn't want to. I will do it. It's probably too hot. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's only like maybe nearly 30 degrees here. But in this room, 35, getting on for 40, but the humidity's nearly 100%. And I got the computer running, etc. So it does add up. Right, I did save in Scheol. So let's go there. Right, I made a little bit of a start on some of it. Just because I was already 100, so I came here just to do the doja. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to cool off. Tomorrow we get a thunderstorm, which will be better. I want to be talking to the scientist as well. I'm going to go do that. He wants to go do the vets thing, doesn't he? The sort of funny-looking deer-like things. Yeah, because I was going to have to kill the mobs just down here, I thought, well, I'll get the Yutto's quest for it as well. Because the first quest that Yutto gives you is he sends you down here. You know. I've done all the quests in Elysium. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's none left that I haven't done, which is why I got to this level in the first place. So I did all the chain quest on the west side of Elysium as well, and the extra one where he sends you down to kill the Mortig dudes. So I've done all of those, and yeah, we still has more to do. Are we on the stream? Is it a little dark maybe? Always pull it up a little bit here. The Eli Key, not done the key quest, no. What are you thinking? Do the Eli Key quest rather than start on Scheol? Some people hate Scheol. Sometimes I hate it too. Yeah, I always skip it and then wish I hadn't because I suddenly need something from there. We'll go through the dialogue with him. We'll do this until other people arrive, and then if they want to go, come on, let's go raid a big thing, we'll go off and raid a big thing. Log in the big tunes, etc. I always do the nascence key because that's one of the easy ones to... Well, it's one of the easiest ones to do, but also it's a very handy one to have. Because wherever you are in Shadowlands, you can jump back to... the nascence one. Because you jump back to the nascence garden, jump out, jump over the side, and you're back in Joe, which is quite handy for getting back to Rubicar without using a beacon or what have you. Been doing the toilet miniaturization thingy for Enki, but my Scheol is awful. There's a lot of running around, but there is also a lot of XP for doing this place. The main thing is I want to get to Adonis and get started on the Adonis quest, because I quite like the Adonis quest, and I definitely like the Adonis brain. Yes, I do. Right, I'm going to go down, talk to the next Yutto, then we'll run along and do the Biats thing. I think the next Yutto I want is actually over here. I usually do the Adonis one as well, but that's mainly because it just makes it quicker doing the Adonis quest, and also it's not that far from Inferno. One with developing words. Well, look. I want to know more, he lied. Yeah, some of them will not continue the quest unless you listen to their little story, and I can't remember which one's which. So invariably what I do is just tell all of them to get on with it. Right, now I've got to kill things down here somewhere. It doesn't feel that long ago that we were doing this. I think that's just a case of how quickly we're leveling. Oh, I found a beam of sunshine. Still on the Mortig beaters, but they seem to be holding up okay. Trying to do bloody... Yeah, I did the Mantis Daily today. The first one you get, you know, diggers, etc. Oh yeah, that was fun. You'll see in the next episode, which I'll be uploading when I finish this stream. If I try and upload and stream at the same time, it all goes crap. We just don't have that kind of bandwidth here in North Wales. No, we don't. Not yet, anyway. Might get better later, but... Just moved to Norway, yes, apparently. Apparently the broadband in Norway is absolutely amazing. Or South Korea. I think I'd rather live in Norway than South Korea, though. Yeah, if I open up the window, then the light seems to overpower the webcam. So I've got the window wide open, but the curtain's drawn. 1 gig either way there. Yeah. Well, Gopher, who is in Oslo, he's just gotten his mega fibre connection, and he was saying, yeah, it's like 980 up and down, which is good enough. So we'll let it go at that. So now he's got it sort of nailed down. He's saying it's pretty amazing. I mean, especially for someone that's streaming and uploading a ton of stuff to YouTube every day. 20 meg up we get here. Roughly about 18. We pay for 20 up, 80 down. We get 18, nearly 19 up, but 77 down, which is pretty good, actually. Yeah, you start hitting the limits on hard drive speed. If you go much faster, you know, even you'd have to have like a 2.5 or a 10 gigabit Ethernet connection, and you literally start hitting limits on how fast the data can be written or to or from your hard drive. So yeah, and I don't use SSDs for rendering out video to or from, because they would thrash them. I'm sure you can nowadays. I think the newer SSDs and stuff could probably handle it okay, but I don't have those. I have an older system. So yeah, for your Steam library, yeah. Like all my swap files and stuff are on an SSD. But it's a secondary one that nothing else is on, so when I'm, you know, editing video, it's quite good. got a gigabit port on the PC and router and the mains and Ethernet over mains, so it caps at the speed it can manage. Which isn't bad, actually, it's not that bad. I need to... There's another thing I need to do, I just remembered. When we were trying to connect, I think I tried about 3 or 4 times to get on. I need to delete those VODs because they're like 30-40 seconds long, and it's just me going, nope, still haven't got transcoding, etc. So yeah. Okay, is that return to and finding bets? Okay, that's the way we're going. Too many missions in here, clearly. Finding Viet, find those, and the other one is kill 3 aggressive. Return to the one with developing words. He's nearest, we'll go there first. I'm back from the bog. Bling! Nice. Flexibility 4. So that was some nano skills we just got there. Brawler's Sense. What do we get next there? Oh, we get more nano skills. Okay. Listen to the story. Are you going to Adorno pre-130? No. You can't, can you? Unless you do the whole... Well, yes, you can if you do the quest, but the quest to get there takes as long as it does to just level to 130. Might as well get to 130 first. Plus the head from... Yeah, that's why I was wondering. Yeah, no, the Yuttos and Scientist quest just gives you a ton of XP. I mean, yeah, there's quicker ways to level, like join a heck kite team or something like that, but I don't really want to do that, so... Wouldn't make a very entertaining stream, would it? You know, what are you doing on the stream? Mostly sitting down, while other people run round pulling tons of hecklers and another person goes kaboom, kaboom, kaboom for an hour. It would be more efficient, but yeah. You say send me to scouting panorama. Probably need some help for those bits as well. If the minxes are at the top. Ugh. If I do open these curtains, the webcam will just be ridiculously over bright. That's why I got the curtains closed at the moment. Let me guess, you want me to do something for you first, but I may have to. I'm that warm. We'll get through his dialogue and then make a start on the Scientist's quest bit. As soon as we get hit 130, I will try and blitz my way. Albeit I'll probably fail trying to get to Adonis, but I will try. The Adonis quest, though, yeah, we can do the first few stages rather well. Even pre-farm some of the other bits, but then you will need help for some of the big mobs. You can always come on your keeper. I suppose you could. Yeah, so it's fine, the plates, but we're going to... Okay, what's the belts thing? Find a limping belt. Are they down here or over the next side? These are all grazing ones. Whatever you need to stay alive. Look. Yeah, the regular billettes aren't a problem, but when you suddenly get a load of them on you, then it becomes more of a problem. That was the first one, wasn't it? Oh, limping. I've clicked on one. It's not registering. I've clicked on things. Okay. Okay, and those two are now returned. So I want to get myself one aggressive and pull it from miles away. Otherwise you end up with a ton of them on you. What? ITO Derry. Hello. Welcome to the stream. What level are you now? I am level 111. Yeah, even though I pulled it, it still pulled all its friends with it. So I didn't really want to kill these ones, but hey. Okay, time for rage. 1-1 at almost full death. I'm sticking to my mouse map. Lovely. Maybe I'll put the towel I found down here. I'll probably stick to that as well. I mean, that is one place you do sweat from, the underside of your arm. It's also a good place for losing heat. You know, cooling yourself down, but... Pull an aggressive up here. Will he come on his own? Will he bring 50 of his pals with him? There we go. Yeah, so we're 111 for the moment. Doing rather well with the levelling. I was double checking how long I had left on my NCU buff and then thought, well, I'm probably okay anyway now I've got all these. One. Yeah, 1. What level are you now? 1. Down to the bone. Kill one more aggressive Viet. I think that's one there. Nope, that's a limping. Viet, aggressive. Okay. The gods of daytime sunshine have smiled upon me for the one time only that I've ever done anything either recording or streaming. It's actually the sun is shining in Scheol. I was about to say it's actually quite a good looking place when the sun is in the right part of the sky, but typically you come here and it's just the sun's disappeared behind one mountain or another and the whole place is just very, very gloomy looking. Okay, let's kill off spider knuckle dusters, which are garbage. And now we've got the thing we need for handing in. That bit of lag confused the mobs as well. Time for a weapon upgrade. Yeah, probably. But what would I go to? One-hand blunt. After Mortig beaters, what would I... The obvious choice would be a pair of hammers from the sectors, but you need to be 151 to equip them. The next, yeah, cry hammers probably, if I had any. Not sure which quality I would use though. Someone else said get blood bats, which is a good idea, and they are good, and it is feasible I could get those on actually. At least on the primary stat, yeah, I'm 877, so a wrangle would do it. Because they need 1,000 in one-hand blunt. But getting blood bats involves raiding the mercs several times until they drop. Yeah, it's one. Yeah, they put a restriction of 151 on it, which is silly. They should have made them level 100. That would have made a lot more sense, given the requirements to get that stuff on. I found the Beat bones you wanted. Don't know which ones. Beat bones. Why it has to be 3 of them, I don't know. Yay! 112. Yeah, all the special edition. And 113. I told you there's a lot of XP at this place. At the right levels, anyway. A lot of people use it just for getting research done, and some people swear it's the best place for doing that. I could go for OFABs. I could if I had that any. And the VP to buy them, but I don't. It's the only thing with OFABs is they're not yes drop. Right, so he wants me to go fight 200% XP. Yeah, it does a bit. Right, so if I warp back to the garden and then I'll come out a bit nearer to there, save a little bit of running. That's another reason for saving in a place you're working in, if you know what I mean. When you've got the insurance recall beacon, my god, it's handy. I want passage to the court, I think. Is it the court? Oh no, Mirador. Where's Mirador? There's Mirador. There's so much of these quests to actually get done. It's a little bit silly. But yeah. Just doing it so you level. You're just chasing the XP that way. Nikto 1. I'm doing Scheol Quest as well. Forgot to get that Beats are sociable. They murdered me. Oh dear. Yeah, well, that's why one of the first things you buy after making a new character is an aggression enhancer and use it to pull crap with from miles away. At max range if at all possible. First time I did these quests on a lobby, I died just running to this mission. I was not prepared. Even now, you know, still getting splatted, but if you go round the right hand side, you haven't got that tree mob snaring you. Because that's always horrible. Right, we're in. And we're looking for bones on the ground. Typically it's usually like run up as far away from the front door as you can and there they are kind of thing, but not always. Keeping my eyes peeled. I think you should be able to run up those ribbons. Sometimes you get it hugging the back around here, but no, not today. It's one of those annoying mission maps that isn't updating as you're running around. Oh, no, 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 no. No, you don't. Rage. Run. Okay, that's where we came in. There's no door that way, so where the hell haven't we been? Ah, looks promising. The worst is... Ah, there you go. feature of the new engine, totally not a bug, is when you pick something up for a mission, you know you've got it because it's stuck to your character. Is this the door? No, that was not the door. No, this was not the door either. Now the tricky part, find your way out. You know when the floor map just doesn't update the corridors? That happens sometimes. I have no idea why. But it always annoys the snot out of me. Yeah, you attack one, yet you attack them all. Wow, those guys are super keen to punch you in the head, aren't they? First aids. Maybe because I ran through them all last time, they've been waiting for me. Fists at the ready as I come out. Bang! That and the lag ain't helping, especially when you whiz back, 100 yards or whatever. That's alright, just find some broken geometry and the mobs will leave you alone. Right, okay. We can use the beacon again. Oh, damn. I am way too warm. I may have to pull those curtains and screw the lighting. I need the temperature to be lower, kind of thing. At the moment I've got noisy neighbours outside saying goodbye. I don't know if the mic's picking them up, but I can hear them. They've got a load of kids, so quite often the kids visit a lot as well. And they always come in a car and have half the conversation outside the house as loud as possible. Just the way they do things. It's kind of nice in a way, but at the same time, when you're trying to record an episode, you have to keep going. And then waiting for them to finish so you can carry on recording yourself speaking. So we got the road just outside the front there, which is a little cul-de-sac, like neighbours. Everybody loves good neighbours. It's kind of like that there. And then out back, there's a main road that goes up to the A&E ward. So, yeah. Right, we'll hand in to the scientist. See how we do. My God. Pouring with sweat here. 2 up. Right, bones again. Big chunk of XP. I'll find him. This is the other bit where you have to spawn things, isn't it? So from this point on, it actually gets a little bit trickier. I'm going to open these curtains, try and get some airflow. You see, the light is just pouring in from outside now. Yes, I have a cunning plan. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I look like a little ghost now. But I went and got some ice water. The ice cubes have nearly melted since I put them in and came upstairs. At least air is moving. Yes, the glamour. Right, so the next ones are find the eastern cliff top. Before we go any further, I have to zoom in for that level probably. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to check on AOU because I think they've got the waypoint markers for it. Elysium, Scheol, Age of the Yuttos, Scouting Panorama. Right, the first one it's given me is the Eastern. No, what are you... Why is it... What? Upper Scheol, Eastern altitude plates. I drop it in, and it's pointing at the wrong thing. Oh, well, that's useful. It's pointing at the other mission I've got. Yeah, because you can't upload that to map. My XP charm is there. Get an extra. Does it stack? I don't think it stacks, does it? Does it? With a 50% can? Which reminds me, I didn't have the can running. There you go. No, I don't. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm sure this is the eastern altitude plate over here. IT O'Derry. I'm going to go and check in a moment. Okay. Doink. For the lags. That has to be the eastern one, surely. That's the one it's sending me to. They don't always find the eastern one. Well, this is as east as you go. Somewhere up there. It's the minx at the top is the problem. The rest of it's dead easy. It's just clicking on something. But the minx can... Oh, God. Can spawn at... I hate Scheol. The stupid cliffs that make you slide all the way down. Damn you, Gouter! He designed all this, apparently. Blame Gouter. He probably didn't. Well, there's no minx. Right click it. Hang around for 5 minutes while it thinks about it. It is slow, look at that. Find the Northern, which is that one over there. I think I'm going to go get the marker from... It keeps going back to technologist Frank Jobin. God, that's annoying. Even when you drop the waypoint marker in, it goes, yeah, no, I'm going to point at this instead. You should get an e-cig pipe. That would make the look perfect. A pipe? No. Well, so then I'd look like Captain Birdseye, you mean? Get up the bloody hill. Yes, you can get an e-cig pipe. That's cool. Right, is this minx thing going to be there? And if it is, can I handle it? Okay, this is not the plate we're looking for. It must be there. It is horrible to run around in Scheol, I have to say. There's a million and one places to run around, and Scheol is one of the most annoying. You tested the XP thing, did you? If you log and alt, I have something for you. Right, well, first off, Shaft Minx. Can I handle one of them? Gonna have to try. Right, let's go for the bio shield straight away. There's someone coming with me. Via Rudy. I probably can with the keeper in team, yeah, with blockers and whatnot. They will be doing more damage than me with that Edge of Tara, but I didn't want to go two-hand edged on the Enforcer because it would have just felt exactly the same as keeper, but not as useful. I Teoderi two-hand blunt. Yes, I know if I had a two-hand blunt weapon. Right, clicking on here and then you stand around like a lemon for 5 minutes. Got a little bit of airflow to the room now. That's better. It's not that horrible stagnant air, which is just like, oh God, spare me. And then use the thingy. Now you get the mission. Find the western clifftop thingy. Yeah, you right click it, it prints off one of these. Altitude report, then pick this up and click it onto the same thing. And you get the mission update. Quite often I've cocked that up, gone around clicking just this on it and not gotten the reports. So when you go back to hand it in, he goes, oh, pass me the reports then. You go, the what? Why don't I have reports? Suddenly you're like, oh, damn. Also, it will tell you which one you need to go to first. It's not always the same. Where is the other one? It says the western altitude plate. I'm guessing top of there. I know FC did that to have a big lol at people's behalf. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you right click it, you should eventually get one of these, and then it carries on. Oh, is Stella up? I didn't even check before we came. I should have done. Arnie. Big enforcer. Yes, give me your support beam so I can run around with it. I don't think that's going to work, is it? Level from 220, yeah. Are you good? Are you done? Check the mission doesn't want you to do a different one first. You have to do the one it asks you to do. You can't go and just do them in any old order. You have to do it in the order you get them in. No. That's alright. He won't break your quest. You just have to come and do it again. Western is over here. I think that's it there. The western one is almost as far north as the other one, which is kind of weird. Savik, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How the devil are you? Yeah, this is the western one here. Scheol indeed, Savik, yes. Don't you dare go healing on me. Die, you horrid thing. Oh great, I got a spider as well. I don't know why that is snared. Is that a proc I've just done? Oh, crush bone snares it. That's handy to know. Yes, Scheol for the XP. Hopefully get 130 and then run into Adonis and maybe start the Adonis quest on Friday. Do a bit of pre-farming beforehand. You can help on Friday. Good stuff, Savik. Always a joy when you're around. Right, there we go. So right clicky. What do they get from the Scheol quest? I haven't even checked actually. I'm sure I've already done it on the other Enforcer at some point. Enforcer gets Inferior Annoyance, which is a utility. Yes, I have done it. Biomet from 1000. This is from the Yutto's quest anyway. Keeper gets the Guard of the Noble Knight, which ain't that much use, but it looks really cool. It's a proper looking shield, you know. Isn't it like Hengi? Yeah, the Yutto's quest, yeah. You can't complete the Yutto's quest until you've done all of the Scientist's quest. Won't let you do the last stage until you've done that. So you literally have to do all of them. Right, from now... Where's... Now, you go to the... Northern, where we met at. Then hand in. There you go. Probably need some help for some of this. In fact, almost all of it at this level. Your support beam is kind of taking over half the screen. Where the hell am I going? I'm going back to... There's the one whose words are the same. I think it's him we go to, isn't it? Just yell out when you have an altar at your spot. I'm just moving money around. A lot of my orders expire. Oops. Yeah, that happens. I always forget. And then I go to the GMI and go, oh, I got to make some withdrawals. It's scouting panorama I want, isn't it? I'm returning to. Return to scouting panorama. Right. Scouting panorama. I have returned. I found the 3 cliffs. And he wants all 3 of these. Yay. 114. Oh yes, I've been waiting for this, he lies. For that we get this cloak. Aethium's Coat of Information. Gives you comp lit for 3. Yay! That's so useful. It would be if you were 3 off or something like that on the next bit of gear. Clearly amused at the idea of human reproduction. Well, I don't know how it works for Yottos, but hey. I can kind of see a mouth there as well, which is more disturbing than them not actually having faces at all. Find the one who is like the other. Attacked by aggressive Biet. Hello there, miss. So I was told to see you, cartographer Yottos. Yes, I have time to listen. I think you have to with this one, otherwise he won't continue the quest. So you actually have to listen to the story, even if you're in a hurry and you just don't want to. Bring back 3 vision containers. Ugh, God, yeah, the painful part. Right, so that's that one. For the technologist, we need a crystal filled by the source. So go and get one. It can be any quality, so. So I'm going to be at the org spot in a couple of minutes, long as it takes me to run back and use GMI. Then I should probably stop and rebuff a bit. Those are the buffs I gave this tune this morning before heading out to do dailies and recording. Geronimo! Yeah, the same thing happened to me. Yeah, I had a load of credits stashed, and I think the same thing happened on the Big Keeper. A load of theirs went, and I still haven't done it on them. Need to recreate the buy orders and put all the creds back in and add it up. I always leave it 54 days, and I always bloody forget. and 54 days is due. It'd be nice if it emailed you and said, in 48 hours your buy orders will expire. Or what have you. You know, something like that. That'd be quite handy. Right, let's see now. Don't have that much in here, but... Crystal, it'll be under general, won't it? Search. Let's shorten that down. Sell orders. Crystal filled by the source. 2.5 mil. You'll do. Does not need to be that high quality, but you only need one of them. Yeah, just hit renew and pay the tax. That would be better. Right, I'm running to the org spot. I might give myself a rebuff while I'm here as well. Right, I'm at my org hangout. I'm going to log my fixer and give myself the first buff, and then I'm going to bump log and give myself all the other buffs. I was thinking of a character for you to make, you know, Savik, and I was thinking, do you have a crat? Everyone needs a bureaucrat. You have a soldier around my level. Are they paid, though? Right, I shall give myself one of those. And I'm going to leave... leaving team 1 sack. There we go. Recruit, yes. Clonner's team, yes. And back to this one. Level from 25, level from 75. I haven't got the 95 one. 195, 145, 125. I think I've not got the in-between one. Oh, you're getting that one. My soldier in front of you has something for your enforcer. Okay. Victory. Really? You sure? Wow. That's nice. New victory points gained. So there you go. 10,000 VP so I can buy stuff. What are you suggesting? I go buy some OFAB weapons and upgrade them. New weapons, here we go. Well, let's go see what I can get. I do like the Mortigs. They look like a real mace. Maces cut, pierce, and smash. They do all three. And they're short-staffed, so you can really get in there with them. Hit someone multiple times for a lot of damage. It's 100k, not... Is it? Good God, man. You're insane. Did I not count the zeros? I did not count the zeros. Well, thank you very, very much for that, Daylight. Much appreciated. Once again, I'm in your debt. What am I doing? Melee. So what do you think? Do I switch to two-hand blunt now? Is that what we think? Switch to two-hand blunt now. Okay. Well, before I buy, I'll do that then. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Do the switch, see how much two-hand blunt I've actually got, then buy a weapon I can equip. because two-hand blunt is a slightly darker colour than one-hand blunt, isn't it? So ballpark, I'm going to be near 1,000, I think. Because I would obviously switch perks as well. So blunt mastery being one-hand blunt, I would be switching to what, brawler? No. Bone crusher, wouldn't it? It'd be two-hand blunt to at least level 5. Possibly, no, yeah, level 5 there. Should be cheaper in total. Okay. IPR time then. I should have enough gear with me to get my stuff back on. Have I got enough space to get all my stuff on and off, though? And before we get started, I want to give myself SFA, etc., etc. So, little fixer. Camp. What bios do I need to upgrade the OFAB two-hand blunt then? You can do it in Newland, that'll do. It's just so it's easy to just throw all my implants back in. I'll come to Newland, Savick, where you have many, many alts. 835 I think you need. What for? I'm not sure what quality I'll get. I'll do the IPR first, then look at what I've got in skill, and then sort of figure it out from there. Because I'll recoup everything back from multi-melee as well, because obviously I won't be using multi-melee. So that should leave me a bunch more IP, I think. Mihalik will be pleased if I go two-hand blunt, that much I do know. I have to buy the other buffs now. See, I want the bloodbats because the Mortigs look the same. I quite like the look. What's this you're giving me here? Hungry Howlet. Oh, you're saying use that for now? Yeah, you see? Wait there. Don't hit Mongo by mistake. Savik's bigger than me. What's going on? We has the same face though. Is that what I should use, or should I use the OFAB? Needs a better appearance tab where you can skin your weapon. I've got an email. Who's sending me emails? Don't confuse me with use this weapon, use that weapon, use this weapon, use that. I haven't even switched or done the IPR yet, so... I don't know. There's a difference of opinion on this. There's some that say, because it used to be you could stack the perks from piercing and one-hand edge, wasn't it? And then that got a nerf, so you can't anymore. Like one locks out the other kind of thing. But I don't know. I think for PvP, I think maybe the piercing and the other one's better. Ah, that's the thing I bought. Okay. Right, so we're going to strip first. I don't need to change all of the implants. All of those will work because they're symbionts now. But I will need bags to put stuff in. So on and so forth. So I'm going to put my Mortigs in the bank. because it's nice and easy. Then I'll get bags for everything else. At least these NCUs and stuff are quick. They're not the, you know, like some of them are like, oh my god, how long is this going to take? Right, that's those. Belt. Enforcers should just have knuckle dusters. Well, the guy that you see when you roll a an enforcer, you know, when you're picking the class in the character creation stage of the game, he is where he's using a giant hammer, isn't he? Two-hand blunt. So there's that sort of deal as well. Thankfully, there's nothing in my bank, so putting everything in it is quite easy for now. So the upgraded Panther, is that the way to go? Or should I use the Howlet first? What should I do, guys? What's the verdict? What does chat think? Chat's going to keep arguing with itself, I think. Go Howlet for now and then get a better quality Panther later on. Like get a few more levels, get the Adonis brain, and then you should be able to get into like a 200 two-hand blunt or something like that, maybe. What do we think? Right, I think that is stripped. I think Callow should use whatever he wants. Okay, so we're gonna reset. I'll use singular ones, I think. Reset one-hand blunt. Must have removed all items. What have I left on? Got anything in? Oh, shoulder pad in social. There you go. Right. Right, one-hand blunt. Reset this skill, okay? I haven't got anything on. What's it saying? I've got something on. Oh, one sleeve. It's there's disadvantages to using dark note and dove edge. There we go, and multi-melee no longer needed. Reset. Okay, so two-hand blunt. There you go, maxed. Abilities. Oh, I can put more IP in them as well. Right, let's see. Oh, it should be painless, but no. Can I get any of these in, or have I got to ladder up? I think I probably got to ladder up. What's my treatment at? 608. So we'll get that. That's now maxed as well. So I think first off, let's put the armour back on, because that's the same as a med suit as well. In fact, it's better than a med suit because you get the back piece. Okay, and the other sleeve. Must put it in here, then put it in there. Okay. Let's get the token board back on. Right, token board back on. Combat and healing now, 776. It shouldn't be too far off. Can we get the head straight in? Oh yeah, laughing. It'll all just jump straight in. Oh, newcomer, not newcomer. Luxurious armor. How I like you. I still have the buffs you need though for your Toon Savick, so I can still buff your dock. All these symbionts going straight in without any effort. Being Solitus for the win. Right, so there we go. Left sleeve, yep. That's looking a bit better, closer to 800 straight away. And that's without having any two-hand edge buffs yet. Don't need anything from there. I thought I might, but... Right. 6 slots should just be a... Wait for it to go on. Sane pass. I really liked... Howlet. Oh, cool. I'd wait with the OFAB until you can buy a higher quality... Well, with 100k, I'm going to buy a 300 and try and squeeze into it. And fail. I can afford the IP in it and God knows now, though. And then I've got to reset perks as well, don't I? Your complet needs to be at least 800. Well, what? There you go. Awkward. Why is that? Everything's in, didn't I? That should be right. I'm going to double check all this after, though. I hate not being able to just equip from the bank. It's like all the aura bag as well. Right, the hood. The only thing with the Howlet is you can barely see it in your NCU. Don't know why I'm running around with that. I don't really need it. I can't go in there anymore. You awkward thing. Shoulder one. Okay, that's one. Does that give two-hand blunt as well? It doesn't. Oh well. What damage does the Howlet do? Doesn't actually say, does it? It's got fast, it says special, fast attack, but it also has Dimash and Brawl on it. Brawling 600. Yep. And fast attack 501, we can easily get to that. Okay. Dimash 201, okay. So to get that, I just need the buffs. So what am I in? An advanced store. Let's do the rings. Oh, God. I've got too much crap in my inventory. That's the problem, isn't it? Let's face it. That's always the problem. Kalos, tidy your inventory. No, I don't want to. Right. Right, two-hand blunt. Nano, what do I want? Bone Crusher? That's 65. Okay, maybe I need the superior store then. We haven't done the perks yet, but I'm pretty sure once we do those as well. Ends lyric. ITO Derry. 2 equip user expansion sets. 2 emblem. What's that for? Welcome to the stream, Ends lyric. Good to see you. I don't think I'm going to need it once I re-perk as well. Plus I don't have 2 hand blunt buffs, so... Is there a... Have I got a blitz for the nano I want? There's a 65. Is there not a higher one? Oh, you're looking at the bear, are you? Yeah, because the only nano I'm seeing in here is Bone Crusher. Then there's Skill of the Viking, but that's 2-hand edge. There you go, that's a start. Oh, better nano running. Oh, it all, yeah. Brutal Thug is 87. Derp. Zinzig, welcome to the stream. Right, let's go re-perk, because all my perks are in 1-hand blunt. So that's going to change things quite a bit. So that's the stats for... Yeah, so it is greater to use the other one. Wrecking Ball, is that the next nano up? Zinzig, hot damn, 114 already, yeah. And then chat decided, you need to go 2-hand blunt, you need a weapon upgrade, your weapons are not good enough. You just had to reset, I want another one. There we go. I don't remember when I did. Right, so Bone Crusher as high as I can. Wait. 2-hand blunt, okay. I think you can only go as far as 5. Yeah, okay. Then I want bio shielding as high as it goes. Okay. Nano combat for the nano skill. I think I'd got to 5 because I had that at least. Now I want heavy infantry. It's going to change the other perks I had. So that I haven't got, that I haven't got, and that I don't have anymore. Right, so that's all of those. So now I've got new actions. Pulverize. Bluntness. Okay, I think they go together. Pulverize. Bluntness. Hammer and anvil. Okay, we'll figure it out. Right, so with the perks reset, what's our 2-hand blunt looking like now? 878. Yeah, so we're wrangling it straight on, isn't it? What weapon? It's going to be a howler at first, and then when we can, we're going to spend a donated bunch of VP from Daylights on a bigger weapon. Anvil's Bane. Is that a buff? Anvils. Anvil's Bane. Oh, it's cheap. There you go. It was only a mil. Don't mind scrubbing for for that? Is it for a much higher level, is it? I didn't realise that... I just bought it on GMI, so don't give it me. I just bought it. Oh, go on then. Well, I'll have to resell it then. I can't have two. That's silly. Yeah, you can't see it because of the colour of the DovTech I use. Right, so... Ooh, yeah, casting it, not so easy. Level from 125 as well. So that's a back burner nano for now. Yeah, I can't upload any of these. Right, I need a wangle. Has anyone got a wangle? Who's got a wrangle? I blame the wife. She called me and said I couldn't say I'm logging in to give it to you. Okay. Go on then, hit me with a 131 wherever you are. You can see where I am, I guess. Yeah, so it's just the main skill, which is fine because you can always wrangle that. 878, that's pretty good, all things considered. I was like thinking blood bats, but they're no drop and they're from the mercs, so you'd have to do an awful lot of work to get hold of them, you know. Ugh. The wife phoned you. What was she? What your wife is watching the stream as well. They may not even be better than Mortig beaters. Ah, right, okay. There we go. Ah, they're very slow. I didn't know that. But on Froob, yeah, awesome. Give me the 131, my dude. And there it is. Big stick. It has a big stick. Wonder if I can upload. Oh no, it's got level lock, hasn't it? Can upload those though. Lightning shield. Fortify. Grats. Thank you very much for the howlet. I'm supposed to be buffing myself here. Oh, well, it's one or the other. Right, okay. So, let's quickly visit Stella, because somebody had a buff by the look of it. Try it out on the bartender. Yeah, I want to flag myself and die. Probably got a bit more spare IP to play with now, don't I? Oh, I still want to do that. But it's so expensive. The Guardian... No, I'm going to go straight back to Scheol and punch things there. Testing in the field. Yes, she has the +10. Show the young woman your wrist. Let everyone know. Right, so Beacon, we go find the other scientist. So I've got to hit 125 before I can use the other nano. It shows you how focused I was on one hand blunt. I didn't even realise that that was actually boosting it. Where am I going to go? The court, I think. would have been wise to get Stella's buff before you tried to get that weapon on. Well, a little bit, yeah. When am I wise, though, really? Let's give myself... Mongo's Golem? No. I think that's... Yeah. That's the big one. Oh no, I've gone the wrong way. I've come out. The court is not where I wanted to go. Oh, it's a long ass run. I'm going to go back in the garden. Mirador is what I want. Highland, Mirador, where are you? Is it Giant Soup? No. Mirador's next to the scientist. Just means you've saved 3 points on the wrangle. This worked out fine. What's the inits on this? Let's have a look. Hungry Howlet. 1200 to go full def. Okay. How much have I got? Not that much. No. What do I need? Fast attack to cap. Fast attack. Woof. 1300. Right, okay. That's the thing. One-handed weapons always feel a little faster. But everyone's going, no, you definitely need two-hand blunt on an enforcer. That's the meta. You will be two-hand blunt. I'm like, okay. Let's try it. You're the first victim. Yep, it hits harder. That felt a lot more like it was spanking him good and hard. Yeah, one-hand blunt makes you look like a doc. We did look like twinsies for a bit. Technologist Frank Jobin. What can you tell me about the structure behind you? It's supposed to be talking about that one, but he's facing the wrong way. Tell me about the incarnators. Here's where I may need help. I don't know. Goodbye. I'm back again. I've got the crystal that you asked for. One crystal filled by the source. Bling. 115. What are my XP at the minute? I'm sure it's a bit ridiculous. Hang on. Right down the bottom. XP bonus. 216%. This is better. I haven't got sweat beading on me. Mind you, it's getting dark now, so that's good. Right, that water's gone straight through, so I'm going to have a quick pee, and then we're going to run to the first incarnator at least. I should be alright on the first one, I think. Right, so we're going to the first incarnator. It's a bit dark for everyone. It's dark for me. how to deal with Scheol gloominess. Oh, and let's see. Okay, like a little warmer. I always think Shadowlands is slightly blue shifted. Whereas this one isn't. You can't tell it's middle of the night in Scheol, can you? Apart from I'm complaining about it. Yeah, this armour is not the most defensive armour I could be wearing. I mean, really, at this level you would expect me to be thinking about upgrading a perfected alien tank armour instead of actually just using this back armour. Where is it? There you go. Luxurious tank armour, but gives treatment and whatnot as well, as does the helmet. And some knits, actually. It's quite handy. Might have some 160 mercs. Oh, I'm okay, dude. I'm going to stick with the XP armour for a while yet. And get the XP and the levels, you know. It would be, yeah, it would definitely be better, and my AR would be nuts. The only thing with the Howler is it just looks like a stick. It's a great weapon, but could have come up with a more interesting mesh. You know, we've created this impressive super weapon, etc. Stick of Doom, yeah. Try and make it look a bit more like a Stick of Doom. That's the one I bought, but I can't use. According to this, 14 frames a second. Oh, because the other client's still logged in. I thought I'm not seeing the frames per second I should have. There we go. It does this. Ever since NVIDIA updated NVIDIA Experience, I can't get the FPS counter to work properly. Once it starts working, it works fine, but then as soon as you log another client or whatever, then it all goes very Pete Tong. And if you want to know how dark it actually is, this is how dark it is in Scheol. It's like nearly black. Silly. Oh, Control-Alt-F. Yeah. I'm sure you guys can read that. You got to remember I am at 1440p, so reading that on the stream is not easy. You can. Yeah, I think you've got like 4020 vision or something. Or 2040 vision. You've got way more visual acuity than average, I would say. I have extra mobs following me. I think they leave you alone once you get to the Incarnator. Better hard anyway. I'm not going to spawn it until I'm sure the other mobs are gone. Causating screen. Ah, that's why I couldn't cast it. Someone already hit me with that. Right, am I free of aggro? Yes, I am. Okay, quick test there. What am I spawning first? Immature Voidling. Well, I'm hitting it hard anyway. Nearly forgot. Rage. get that knit up. I did have... Yeah, I've got offensive steamroller running as well. Yay! Never gives you any loot though. Right, now all the way to the other incarnator. We run along with much fire and fury. So we got a bit sidetracked from doing Scheol for levels. We're now... The DPS, it's definitely a lot higher, yeah. It doesn't feel as busy when you're playing, but mobs are collapsing. You know, their health is just going, ta-ra, a hell of a lot quicker, yeah. I'll wait until I can get on like a higher quality OFAB weapon before buying one, rather than, you know, spend on one, get the bio whatevers, and then have to make a second one because I've outgrown it. I'll use this until it feels like I need to do a better, you know, one of the other ones. The plan wasn't to do the entire Scheol Quests, it was just do enough of them until you're 130 so you can get to Adonis and do the Adonis quest for the brain. Maybe on Friday or something, you know? That was my kind of cunning plan for the day. I've done all the Elysium ones, so... Right, now, the second one is higher level, isn't it? So... It's going to be a bit of a harder fight, I think. Well, we've still got Bio Cocoon and whatnot, so... Right, let's have a look. Oh, he's blood red. Let's start off with Bio Cocoon up. Keep our health as high as possible. Yeah, definitely hitting quite a bit harder. What level is this thing? 140. It's not bad to kill a 140 Shadowlands mob at this level. Yeah, 1400, 1100. There's a lot more higher hits with this. And this is where it all goes Pete Tong. And you die and you have to redo that bit of the quest again. Yeah, it's not like soloing on a keeper. Keeper's got a bit more utility for survival solo. Come on, die, damn you. I think it's raining outside now. I'm in trouble. Yes, I am. I'm in a lot of trouble. If I don't kill this thing pretty darn quick. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Yeah. It was close. Lost a bunch of XP as well. Well, that's no problem. I was close to a solo. How long does it stay alive for, though? Res shock removal. And now I haven't got all my big buffs. If you're in Scheol, ITO Derry, go there and mongo it until I get back. I can't cast it now. I haven't got the other buff. I think possibly Highlands is the nearest. I haven't got Hack and Quack now either. So I'm going to need help. I need to get back or the damn thing's going to despawn. I'll have to redo it. I think I soloed it on the Keeper, but the Keeper had a stack of buffs, and Keepers are inherently very good on survival and such. It was close, yeah. Close, but no cigar. Did I max out my evades? Kind of, well, no. It's probably despawned by now. Soon in Scheol, yeah. I'm just worried about the damn thing despawning. If it despawns, then I have to redo the whole shebang, all of those stages again. I have to go and get another Chris, like delete the mission and go back and talk to him. Start over, so to speak. I'm not even sure it won't have despawned. I can't remember how long they last for. I think I had a ridiculously good build on the Keeper as well when I went to go and do this. They may have been higher level as well. Now it won't come off the Incarnator, will it? So I might be able to just Mongo and keep it aggroed in the hope that it doesn't despawn, I don't know. Yeah, Keeper's evades are a lot stronger as well. Plus they've got their own hot hack and quack, and then perk or heal as well at lower levels. Gives you a lot of survivability on a lower level Keeper. It's like every time you get hit, your health just refills from one of the ticks that are there. I think also I just had better gear on than XP armor. Yeah, the one over here. The one near the spiders and the way down to hecklers and stuff. I'm just hoping the mob's still there. If he ain't there, I'm going to have to redo. Yeah, he's still there. Adolescent voidling. Oh, it's cooling down now. It's raining, which is nice. Not going to run in there until I've had a good rebuff first. Could maybe have been using that, but it doesn't do a lot of this level. Add all death for 10. Yeah, so this Incarnator over here. Jump down and head over west a bit. East a bit. Yeah, the 160. What level is it anyway? 140. I think it can warp as well, that's the only thing. So I'm just thinking now, if I taunt it, it might warp me to it and just kill me again. Which may not be the best plan ever. If you Mongo it, I'll kill it. I was looking at Bio Cocoon thinking, please come around faster, please come around faster. But it would not. Yeah, I'm still hitting for over a K each time with it. Now I can go 1-1 on the weapon now. So I can bring my aggro bar up a bit. Because it's not on me, it's obviously on the person with I love mobs, I mob hugs. Yeah, it's virtually dark out. And raining. Oh my god, we needed it to rain. I was so hot last night. Like, I pulled the duvet over, but I didn't have any duvet in it. It just had the two bits of cloth, the top and bottom of the duvet, you know, that it's in. I just had that over me. I was too hot with an actual duvet. With this being 140, I'll probably earn back a ton of the XP anyway. Come on and die. I got a little bit to recoup. Return to Frank Jobin. Thanks a lot for the help, my dude. Much appreciated. Gonna run down to Frank Jobin. And then go get rebuffed, I think. Yeah, we spent, what, 30 minutes just redoing all the gear. The Foreman's tank armor. No, it never dropped while I was there. And I didn't want to just try and farm it. I should have done, really. 2k absorb would have probably saved me there. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Maybe turn the evades up a little. Drop the ag def bar a bit. Yeah, it's at lower levels, Keeper, you've got lot. It locks on Duck XP. It's useful at high level still. Oh, right. Oh, well, I should have got one then, shouldn't I? Too late now. The Doctor one kept dropping and I was like, I don't want that. I don't want that one. I want the other one. We'll have to get it from Lacuta. Oh, God. Yeah, he's fun. Yes, the Yuttos you meet later. Yeah, getting the 3 vision containers is a pain in the arse. I hate going down to the catacombs. It's one of the most horrible places ever conceived in Anarchy Online. And they're just horrible to navigate, horrible to fight in. There's just nothing, no redeeming quality about them whatsoever. The Bulwark has no absorb special. Yeah, but I'd rather have the Bulwark, wouldn't you? Yeah, the Bulwark has as many ACs as I've already got now. On one item. I think more, actually. Oh god, I'm going to get a ton of spiders now. I didn't think of that. I'm used to running through these things being grey or green and not really worrying about them. It's 3k ACs, isn't it, on the Bulwark? As well as everything else. Okay. I'm going to have to run away from all the spiders. I don't think they go as far as here, anyway. Well, no, maybe they do. Maybe they do. Is it still bloody well following me? My God. Is it just one following now? I think it is. Okay. How the hell did you hit me when I was up there with melee? How exactly? Mind you, these mobs, yeah, that don't have ridiculous HP, got more chance of taking them down before they do out. I think I had, about this level, I think I had the Panther on the Keeper as well, which again is a good weapon. Plenty of damage up from it. I've got a message on Discord, what? Oh, right, okay. So the 175 OFAB Panther is going to be not quite doable if I get it now. Talk to me, Frank. I suffered for this. They were not very friendly. There we go. Big reward. 116. Oh God, this one's coming from where? Goodbye, where am I going now? Find Dr. Hestia. Time for a rebuff, I think. See you guys. Can see why some people go, I hate that quest. I'm just gonna go back and do it when I'm high level. The running begins, yeah. So before I even think about doing that, let's go get some buffs. Like all of them. Yeah, if you could twink this on at 100, you'd be pretty powerful, I'd say. Yeah, between her and Dr. Darnell, good gravy. Hell of a lot of running around, that's for sure. Yeah, I think the Panther kind of looks a lot better. This is the stage where you'd want to become an unpaid developer just to make Grid Space Freedom usable. Yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah, make Yalms usable in Shadowlands as well. I think they should be. If I was the GM, if I, say I was like, became the developer for that, I'd go, right, all Rubicon buffs now work in Shadowlands. Have fun. FE, everything. The whole idea that they don't work is like BS, and it always has been. So we've removed the flag, must not be in Shadowlands on everything. Go have fun. I'd also make Froob include Shadowlands optionally. It'd be like your Froob account would get an email saying, would you like a free Shadowlands expansion added to this account or not? And if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. And then just like whatever Froobs you've got, you do that. But then you'd get a lot more boxing going on in Shadowlands, because people could afford to have, like, but that could be good as well, I think you would get a busier game because of it. Are you off for your daylights? Thanks a lot, sir, for the very kind donation there. Much appreciated. Make Shadowlands free for all. Yeah, exactly. Right, first off, let's get the fixer, because I don't need to bump log for that. But I do for all the others, pretty much. See you next time. I'll be back on Friday. daylights, if you can make it. It'd be awesome. There'll be a new episode tomorrow, which is before, obviously, everything that's happened tonight, so I'm still one hand, blunt, etc. Make skill resets infinite. They kind of are almost anyway. I think you run out of ideas before you run out of resets. Nowadays, I would say. Would you still play the game if they did a complete wipe and cleared all? No. That would be the end for me. That would be... Thank you very much. I'll leave all the videos. I'm done. Move on to something else. Right, I'm going to get some water while I'm relogging and buffing and such. I can't see a valid reason why Shadowlands is locked behind a paywall. To encourage people to pay, I think. But I think if you gave Shadowlands for free, then you would make AI and LE more attractive. I think more players that saw the difference with Shadowlands stuff on their tunes, etc., would think, oh, this is really good, but I really want that AI armor now. You know, because they just feel that they were that much closer to, you know, fully paid up ones, but I don't know. I would make that free, but I don't know about everything else. Right, I'm going to line up 2 tunes here. So I'm going to have the 2 clients ready to go. I take Froobs to Shadowlands all the time. It's overrated. You're not supposed to do that. Syntax. Don't go saying that on the stream in case somebody sees it. Right, first tune. And we're going to go for the shade to buff. Loads. It'll be okay, we'll get it done. Didn't they warp Dalar to Inferno so she could get a ring? Right, it's a bit of speed and defense. Back to the login. Let's have a bit of improved cut red tape. But I can wait. You can't put symbionts on Froobs. Don't be saying that. Either does the quest. Yeah, but not on a Froob though. Not supposed to be able to wear them. They've got the must-have Shadowlands tag, hasn't it? It doesn't have a Shadowlands lock. Good God. Syndicate Brain. Have a look. You're probably right, but I'm just curious now. Martial artist, all the rest. Yep, it doesn't say must have Shadowlands on it. Someone was having a... Someone designed that on a Friday. Dear me. Right, we got that. We got the hot. I was going to give myself some MP buffs next. Yeah, causating screens about all you can give me because I've got Mongo's Golem. I should have the higher one running though. How do I keep getting this wrong? That's 15. Oh, because I couldn't cast it because I need the MP buff. No, I'm going to buff myself with the other one for more HP. Okay. And mesticles. The only thing Froob's a bard from SL is gardens and zoning into Joe. Kind of weird they've done it like that. Yeah, but you know they're not actually supposed to be there kind of deal though, isn't it? They were going to make it free to play and then forgot. Could be, yeah. Or the idea was abandoned and therefore so was the work on it. Could be that. Be good if these were tradable, wouldn't it? Two of them and just run through horrible playfields that you don't like. How does a Froob get into Shadowlands? You don't want to know. No, let's not be discussing stuff like that. Go get my mail. So I've now got two of those because I bought one before. You can't lurk in peace with those monsters in chat. Hello, Vulpoo. Welcome to the stream. Were you having a lurk? Was that what was going on? I'm going to deposit this here just because. No need to be carrying it everywhere. Right, okay. And Beacon Doctor Bloody Hestia. Hestia is the one in the middle of the main drag, isn't she? Yeah, I either make you laugh and you can't lurk, or someone comes in and says something, you go, no, can't lurk. Yeah, Dr. Hestia is there. Yeah, we just switched from one-hand blunt to two-hand blunt on the stream. Everyone said, you need to go and do the thing. Makes use of something. Okay. Regular Shadowlands missions. Yeah, I think I can figure it out from there. Because once you're inside a Shadowlands mission, can't you use RRFE or something silly? Still. Beacon warp, maybe, yeah. Alright, I figured it out, so yeah, okay. There's loads of oversights like that, though. It's just silly. There's so many people running around thinking that this is how, that's just how it works. Dr. Hestia, let the running around like a blue-arse fly begin. Kill that while I'm talking. Or at least try. I want to create the mission system from beta working. I'm giving her that, I think. Yeah, not the same survivability as a keeper at this level. It's on my list after the texture model packer. Yeah, I can remember the beta terminals from the original game beta, but it's like 20 years ago and it was only 2 weeks, so it's not like I've got a strong memory of it. Right, what am I doing first? Oh, right, hit the cans. Okay. Okay, there's one. There's two, just the third now. Only down this side, or? Thank God for the XP armor. I'm gonna get a load more mobs now. It's like I go into the shower naked and forget what to do there. At least you remember to get undressed, dude. It's not that bad. Like coming home drunk things we do. For some reason, put the sugar in the fridge after making a drink. Things like that. Funniest one ever was a mate of mine. He met a girl at a club, went home with her. And as far as he remembers, they had a grand old time. He said, but then he got up like really early in the morning or in the middle of the night or something. I can't remember the whole story. And he went, oh, I really need a pee. So we went into the ensuite bathroom for a pee, had a pee, but didn't turn the light on in case he woke her up and she was sleeping, and went back to bed. And it was only in the morning he realised he'd got up, walked into the adjoining bedroom and peed in their mum and dad's wardrobe while they watched him butt naked walk in and piss in her all over their shoes. I can remember him telling me about it. I was howling with laughter. He's like telling us all at the, at the bar kind of thing. We just couldn't stop laughing at him. Said, "Are you seeing her again then?" He's like, "No, I don't think so." He was good because apparently she was really, really nice. He just couldn't face her, and he wasn't welcome around the house. You feel the core of your being shift as the source makes room for a divine presence. Amapola has reached enlightenment. Congrats. So I'm supposing you could use the Froob thing to get tunes into higher playfields than they've actually gotten to, or possibly like bypass doing all the quests. It's always the third one that takes the time, isn't it, on this? Yay, you got it. I unjinxed it by saying it. Undressed is a natural state. Well, kinda, yeah. That's nature, isn't it? Nature didn't invent clothes, we did, because the world got colder. Or where we were living got colder, or, whatever. There is code in the client for creating a mission with one of 6 different difficulties and a target and reward. It's just not exposed. I'll leave all that to you guys. I don't touch any of that stuff. I wouldn't know how anyway. And another ding. Yes, this is truly amazing, he says, without even reading what she just said. Find Dr. Curry. Okay. Beacon time. Alright, I'm gonna go find Dr. Curry. Yeah, Halls of Scheol, I thought so. I'm being gang stalked by bloaters. Yeah, they do that. You want to go in there when it's like empty and then you're fine. Or you go in there when it's full and you can't get any mobs because there's like a team in there desperately trying to farm grid armor or something. This is the best quest in the game, no doubt. I like the DB quest the best. Did I need to go farm some bits before talking to this guy? I can't remember now. I probably should have done, yeah. I think people are disagreeing with you. Yeah, there's like the book and the other thing. Yeah, I should go farm that. It is, yeah. They nerfed the turrets in more, so instead of getting 3, you only get 1 difficult turret. It used to be you got like 3 on each or something. Yeah, I should have done the word search bit first. We'll just wait for that to time out and then I'll beacon back and go kill stuff. I hate it with a passion, this Scheol quest. It is a bit of a pain, isn't it? Let's face it. God, even on 100% brightness, it's still gloomy down here. 200% gamma! Turret number 5 is soloable. It's hard to hit on a shade, I can tell you that. Tried doing it with the shade once and you couldn't land anything on it. And the shade is not GIMP. Shanor. Ugh, Scheol, why? Well, because XP, basically. Only soldier can do it. Oh, AMS and go, yeah. Scheol is love, it is not. Scheol is a pain in the arse. We do Scheol because we have to. It's weird that I never do dailies just to grind XP. As soon as dailies came out, I was like, yes! Scheol is the only zone in the game where I feel at home because I'm alone. Right, okay. Excuse me. Getting some AMS damage, go outside range, repeat, yeah. I was going to say, it's not simple then. I should probably shut these curtains now, but I'm getting a nice breeze through, so I'm not melting. Oh, sweat was just pouring off my head before, it was horrible. It's like driving in a hot car where the aircon don't work and you're not moving fast enough to wind a window down and make a difference. No reason to flail yourself with Scheol. I would rather hunt green rafters to level. Well, that may be a valid idea, actually. The XP is amazeballs. 10, 15, even more than that. The Elysium ones are the same if you do them around 90. If you start at 90, you'll hit 100 guaranteed doing the Scheol quests, and a lot of them are really quite easy at that level. I'm bored of just standing there, so I'm running. Even though I'm still going to probably use the beacon anyway. At least I'm not in that gloom anymore. Here, the immortal one, yes. See, I've got the gamma on full there, just so it's not dark in the bottom of Scheol. That's normal, that's set 0 there. That's the problem with Scheol. As soon as the sun is in the right spot, it looks really good. But it never, it's like, for 10 minutes, Scheol looks good, and the rest of the time it's just complete gloom fest. Barrow strength, I think I left that in the bank when I reset. I think. Yeah, there's 2 things to get from these guys, isn't there? There's the insignia of Roach, if you if you're clan, and another thing they drop, book of something. Yeah, and there's the mobs that do it are both quite nearby each other. So I might as well farm both while I'm there, save time running around later. Orientation tiling of textures is weird. Something like that. Oh, okay. I see what you mean though, yeah. They're just in all higgledy... Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? You see what they've done on the doors to the Wampa there? Texture 296 and then texture 296 reversed. Yeah, they're mirrored. Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it? Well, at least in a way, though, that does make it easier to find out where things are meant to be. They do that all over, yeah. Maybe it was just more efficient to do it that way at the time. I don't know. We'll use the beacon. That's debug mode. Wow, okay. Apparently I was falling for a moment and it cancelled my beacon. Numbers are the size of a texture. I'm not sure how it works. Ask Syntax, they know, not me. Weird ass health and nanobar. No, that's Note and Dove. And you know how I have them left and right? If you have them like that, it makes perfect sense. But I don't use that one. I like Edge. Even though occasionally things are difficult to see in bags and stuff. I might try glass out, you know. Just, you know, for a change, because I've been using Gnome Duff like since it came out, basically. Glass is the kind of lightest version. But the amount of times I've been asked, what GUI skin is that? You know, it's like, it's this and... You're replacing textures with something kinky, yes, obviously. Yeah, you can mess around with the textures in the game as much as you like. What you can't do is distribute them. That's when Funcom don't like you very much. Apparently. I should, shouldn't I? Yeah. There we go. I should put into nano skills as well, but I'm holding off on that. Started on ICC a bit. I'll have a look. I won't put it on the stream. I'm looking for myself though. Oh right, yeah. Okay, yeah, nice. Right, I can't remember which one drops the book and which one drops the insignia, but we kind of need both. So just kill everything we can find. If you can, that'd be awesome, especially if you can install it like, you know, like a modded texture pack, like they do for Skyrim and a bazillion other games. Do you remember there was like a massive set of reworkings so you could play Mass Effect 1 and 2 with something similar to DG Voodoo and a bunch of new textures, but it was like a day's work to get it all installed, and then they announced that they'd redone the whole thing. Interrupted. Not good. Let's get rid of him. Okay, that's the insignia thing. And then I think it's the other guys that do the other bit. Might have to switch out one of those NCUs for a recompiler, I'm thinking. The only way to heal yourself is to pull more mobs on yourself. Right, okay. Stupidly enough, the way to get rid of them is run into their base. Good logic. Imager, yeah. Imager will compress the photo quite a bit. Still enough to kind of see, though. Right, it's the other guys I need now. These ones. These drop the book. And obviously you're aggroing sided mobs, so they're social. The author of Clicksaver had trouble with the attorneys but could settle in the end. Did he? I always thought it was just a, well, up in the air thing, then, like it had never actually been settled, but... Yeah, I think you can make these... The way they kind of view it is like you can do it for yourself, but you can't distribute it, and it's just a bit odd. I guess they have their own logic behind that, but I'm not sure I understand it completely. Yeah, I don't know how to code. Never have. Well, not since... What was it on the Commodore PET? I could write stuff on that, but it's like... What? Nearly 40 years ago now? There's our book. So I've got the book and the insignia for later. Okay, that's going to save a bit of time. And beacon! IT O'Derry has just caught me up and I'm buggering off again. Oh, it's a Hoggerman, sorry. Just as I get there, I know. But, you know, I'm just going as quick as I can, aren't I? Warping to the garden and going off somewhere is definitely quicker. Yeah, if you ask, I guess if you, I mean, I never asked permission to make videos. But apparently they like them, so it's all good. I mean, Sharp Tony asked so he could merch t-shirts and stuff. Here I am wearing a t-shirt with their logo on it, but because it's a one-off, almost a one-off, you can't buy it. So it's like you can get the logo tattooed on your arm if you want. Some people have. And Funcom's fine with that. But if, like, a tattoo place advertised they did it, they'd probably moan about it. I don't know. Yeah, the old Commodore PET, you know, it was a complete console. The monitor was built into it and everything. The old green screen. And I remember watching Alien, the movie, and their computers looked pretty much the same. You know, with the same screens on them and that. And it was like, ooh. You know. Fine, diviner, yada yada yada. Let's get a marker so I don't go the wrong one. So I'm looking on AOU now. All these other crazy people watching me do this stuff. How far down am I? Oh, I'm about halfway down. Dr. Curry. Word of Roach or the word of Orca. Picky. Okay. So we got Fortuitous Dar Roach. Is that the first one? Diviner first. Okay. I think I know where the diviner is, but... Yeah, I thought it was. All the way up again. Did it run Crisis? Crisis is still quite difficult to run well now on modern hardware. The original one, because it's 32-bit, so... The newer version, I think they did like a remastered. I still occasionally reinstall it and play through. And every time I do, I see it's aged a little more somehow, if you know what I mean. Yeah, 1:30 and straight to Adonis and get started on the Adonis quest. And then come back and do the rest of this. Just for research or something later. That was the original plan before we started the stream. That was my kind of idea. To do something like that, you know? I remember how amazing Crisis looked when it came out. You know, there was, I think the only thing that was even close to it was Far Cry before it, in terms of how real it looked. I had a hang on. I've still got a bit of it here. 8600 GS, I think it was. Or GTS or something. Hang on, Syntax. I'll look at those once I get away from the trash down here. Yeah, but when it came out and you had effects like if you nudged into a big leaf on a palm leaf or something like that, it bent out of the way. I remember seeing that and going, wow. God damn. I think the last time I saw a game, there was Far Cry. I remember playing the very first one and thinking it was nuts. Side XP bonus 0. Yep. Well, no one defended, and I don't know how, but they managed to take one of the bases out in 20 seconds. So, I don't know. Slightly dodgy. Oh yeah, I see it now. I think it's maybe a bump mapping or something that the new engine does, but you get more of a feeling of texture with these slabs. So what have you changed so far on it? Yeah, well, whoever did it last time did it to Omni, what, in February, was it? When that happened, I went, that's not right. But this is it. As soon as people on both sides were boxing in PvP, I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to know. I don't want 6 NTs nuking me all at once, instantaneously. Which is exactly what was happening. I just got fed up of it. It was about 6 years ago. It all started with that. You had more and more people doing it. Where the hell is the thing? The guy I need. Is he over? What the hell was he called? I've forgotten already. Path the Yeol. Oh, there he is. The green dude. Am I clicking with it? Yep, there we go. Yeah, it's not factions, it's individuals that do it. No, a quality 300 base. I saw... Yeah, somebody showed me it went... they didn't even drop the shield, they just went attacked by, and then 20 seconds later the CT was gone, and it was apparently a full base. But, you know, unless you see it firsthand, you really know. But that does sound extremely dubious. And then a couple of other people have told me stuff. So when certain individuals were posting dozens of screenshots like, ooh, look how clever we are, I was like, shaking my head. Shame. 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 Don't fall back to Rubicar. And I'm willing to bet a big chunk of money that's exactly what happened in February as well. I don't believe Omni could be, as a side, could be defeated like that. There was some shenanigans getting it that low by people playing clan tunes. I don't believe it. That either side is, you know, that useless kind of thing, you know? Can I get to it this way? I can I? The ones I saw of the faces and stuff was pretty epic. But I've seen someone stream on Discord directly to me, streaming bases hidden in backyards under the floor of the grid that can never be attacked. I don't know if they've been removed, but, you know, come on, that ain't right. A base under the floor of the grid, really? Or one under Omni 1 or something? Omni Trade or somewhere? Or Omni Ant, God knows. It's just nuts, people doing stuff like that. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. You know, maybe I'm just an older generation, we think different, but yeah. Is it Dom Roach? Dom Roach. That's still the players doing it. I don't hate the players for doing it. I just think they're wrong for doing it. Just because they can doesn't mean they should. They still have a choice to make. It's not like because it's there they have to do it. I don't accept that as an excuse. Why did you murder that man? Oh, because I could. You'd never... There wouldn't be... It's not much of a defence, is it? You know, if you take it outside of the game and look at it that way, you're still making a moral choice whether or not to cheat. So, you know. It's in human nature, but, you know, you get to decide whether or not you go with that or not. It's like you can play Skyrim and use the console and do all sorts of stuff. Like playing Portal, not being able to solve the puzzle and just using no-clip. Well, yeah, you can. But the idea is that you mentally figure out the 3D geometry and timing to figure out the puzzles. That's a game I always go back and replay at least once a year, is Portal 1 and 2, you know. It says how good the game was. I mean, I get through it fairly quick because I kind of, halfway through, I kind of start remembering how to solve the various puzzles. I'll fail a few times, you know. But, yeah. Okay, find Dr. Darnell. Well, we know where Dr. Darnell is, I think. Darnell is the one in the weird crater thing, isn't she? Yeah, the first game you can finish off in about 4 hours without too much. The second game, Portal 2, has got a lot more story to it, you know. There's only one dev and he only works on the game part-time. It's Monsieur. He's the only one doing anything with the game. And he's only allowed to do it part-time. He doesn't get to decide that, you know. Yes, I've seen people go, oh, what's the point of speedrun? It's very, very skillful, actually, the speedrunning community. I've watched them and, yeah, they are really skillful. A lot of thought and preparation and everything else goes into it. It's very sort of hand-to-eye sort of skill going on there when they do that. And I can see how it is a challenge to get right and do and figure out. The timing's got to be impeccable, otherwise it all, you know, it all falls apart and they don't get the record. So I do see how that works. But that's like a whole other sort of thing. Doing that in a multiplayer game where your actions are, you know, affecting other players is completely different. You know. Frodo Waggins. Good evening. Cool name. What name's the 3 game masters? No, 2. Well, 1. Monsieur. And he's only allowed to work on the game part-time. 20-year-old code. Yeah, at least that old, and it's been overwritten and rewritten and God knows what else. But you want to talk to Syntax about that because he can actually read, understand it and everything else. I can't. Couldn't tell you a damn thing about it. Oh, yeah, blame... See, that's making excuses for behaviour. That's making excuses for other people's behaviour. It doesn't wash with me at all. You always have a choice. Yeah, Space Quest and all of those people, they're not GMs. They're ARCs, they're players with a free account because they've been an ARC for so long, who do things for the players in the game as much as they can, or as much as they want to, or as much as they're allowed to, or all 3. But saying the game's got ropey code and blah blah blah, so it deserves all the crappy treatment it gets from other people is not valid. You've always got a choice. You're not being forced to cheat and exploit and use holes inside the game code to gain an advantage over other people. That's a choice. It just is. I can't, that is the way I see it. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. You don't agree with me. But to me, it's like you've always got that choice whether or not to use that. It's like if you can win a race by taking a bunch of steroids and whatever else, what, you're going to blame the loopholes in the security at the sport event? No, you're cheating. You know you are. Find the spun plate. What is this? There's 2 missions from her, isn't there? There's that and then the other things as well. You got to go way out your way to cheat. I don't cheat. Never have. I've never... I've used, Yeah, but you're justifying doing something, aren't you, still? Yes, you're saying, it's slightly more complicated than that. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's more complicated than that, but fundamentally it boils down to the same thing. Should you be using it to your advantage? Is it right, morally, is the question, to make other people suffer in order to make someone do something you want them to do, that someone being the company? I don't think it is. I don't think it ever is. It's a moral decision, isn't it? So everyone's going to have a different view on that. But to me, it's like, no, that's cheating. You know it's cheating. You know you shouldn't do it. You know it's harmful to other people. And justifying it by saying it's the only way they listen is, the kid that sets fire to the basement saying it's the only way he gets attention from his parents. It's like, well, that may be the case and those parents may be horrible, but you still burnt the damn house down. It's like, what? Come on. Right, I need the samples, don't I? Yeah, everyone uses the XP cans because they're there. I get what you're saying, yeah. But that's not hurting other people, is it? That doesn't negatively impact other people. And there's no way all the XP cans are legit. I know that. Especially at the prices they're selling them at. It's like, well, wait a minute. How much would that cost in real money in Funcom points to buy all those? See, I didn't know about that exploit because I don't, I don't get involved with it. I don't want to know about it. Do you know what I mean? It's just me. I don't like that kind of thing. Like, the game is enough of a challenge. If you play it straight up the way it's meant to be played, the twinking and trying to get things on and hanging by that one point of skill you need and trying to figure out a way. That's the game. That's the fun. To me. It's like, where's the joy in solving a crossword if you've got the answers in front of you? You know? Yeah, every game I play, I always come away with the similar feelings, like there's no twinking on board. I just do. You know, like I tried WoW and I went, okay, where's the skill window? I'm level 2, where's the skill window? And then, in whatever global barons chat, which was full of kids swearing and generally being dickheads, I said, how do I open the skills window? And they went, the what? It was like, the skills window, how do you open your skills window to put skill points? And they went, it doesn't exist, mate. It's like, oh, great. You really made me want to play your game now. That, and I couldn't stand the art style of WoW. It just really did not appeal to me at all. I actually kind of dislike it. If it was a painting, I wouldn't want it hanging up in my house. I know some people really love WoW and all that, but nah. It's definitely not a me game. Come on, let's get lucky on the mutant spider. WoW was the first MMO. No, it wasn't. Not by about 6 years. 7 years even. Nowhere near the first. WoW, well, Anarchy Online had been live for about 4 years before MMO WoW came out. WoW was nowhere near the first MMO. Before WoW, there was Lineage 2, which means there'd been a Lineage 1 before it. Before that, you had Anarchy Online. Before that, you had EverQuest. And before EverQuest, what was it called? Asheron's Call. And then there was Albion Online as well. Nowhere near the first. Certainly one of the biggest in terms of player base and all the rest of it. Massive publicity, massive following, all the rest of it, but definitely not the first. Dark Age of Camelot, yeah, that came before it, didn't it? Nowhere near the first. Not even close. It might be the first one you encountered, but it ain't the first that was around. Okay, that's the 3 things, and we need to go pick up whatever we're picking up in here. What the hell am I in here for? It's a little cube on the ground. Well, Anarchy Online is kind of like the only game I keep coming back to because it holds an interest for me. Literally. Neverwinter Nights, was that one of the absolute first? Wasn't Asheron's Call, no? Oh, I know what you mean, yeah, because before that you had like MMOs, but they were like text-based. Closer to playing a game of Dungeons over Telnet or whatever. Or what was it? What was that old chat thing called? ICRQ? That used to be a lot of fun, that, when it first came out. I can't read all that syntax while I'm blitzing. I'll just die while I run into a wall somewhere with 300 mobs. I'll read it in a sec. Don't go looking in Wiki. You will get lied to if you go to Wiki. Wiki is not always right. In fact, Wiki is quite often dead wrong. 12 hours for a mud. What kind of mud? There's some pretty interesting ones around. I'll read all that in a second, guys. I can't speed read and blitz and screw around. Okay, we've been in there. Usually this ends up... Oh, no, not with the locked doors as well. Seriously? You're going to force me to... Oh, there you go. Right, hang on, let me scroll up. According to Wikipedia, first MMORPG was Neverwinter Nights by designer... not to be confused with Neverwinter Nights by BioWare. Okay. FC making money for a product each player should pay $100 a month. I don't know, how much does it cost to run the servers? So specifically with cans, I think they allowed them to exist. Tradable cans only ever existed for a short period of time on the shop. They changed them to no drop very quickly. Every tradable one you have is probably ever used is due. Yeah, quite possibly. But there is a boon to the ability of regular players to play the game when the population dips, so they leave them mostly. Yeah, that makes sense. First commercial MMORPG, although constitutes massive, requires qualification when discussing mid-1980s mainframes. Okay. Was the island of Kesmaya, designed by Kelton Flynn and John Taylor. Still roguelike. This game became available in 1985 for $12 per hour via CompuServe. Jesus. Dikumud is father of the genre. Could be. It's one thing we're all agreed on. It sure as hell ain't WoW. It's definitely not WoW. Didn't Scott have a go at WoW for a little bit, streaming and stuff? And he got fed up. I don't know. Where am I going? I'm going back to Darnell, aren't I? Ultima, yeah. I mean, as in, it runs on a computer. It's 3D type of thing. A modern MMO. I mean, the thing that probably made WoW even... I mean, it turns up everywhere in, you know... Like, I mean, one of the Age of Conan games turns up in Big Bang Theory. Previous to that, there was WoW turns up in the remake of The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves. I like that movie, by the way. It's not as good as the original, and nothing ever will be, but it's still good. WoW turns up in that. And of course, South Park, where they really went nuts with it. The South Park episode's hilarious. Even if you don't play WoW, it's like if you've played MMOs, you know, seriously at all, at any point, you get that episode. It's really funny. Don't know who dragged him there. Cough. Blame Syntax. It's all Syntax's fault. Yeah, I've been looking on Amazon for the Santa outfit to do like the week of Christmas. I'll keep the beard and wear the Santa hat. Modern WoW. Well, Star Wars Galaxies we outlived, and it came later. I thought that was a shame as well. It was an interesting game. I played it on and off for about 6 months. And it was really like, woof, this is a lot to learn. And, you know, it was very in-depth. But then they tried to turn it into WoW because WoW was so popular. I suppose we can thank Funcom for never doing that. You know, because, yeah, that would have been about as welcome as a turd in a swimming pool. And that kind of killed it off quite a bit. It ruined a lot of the game for people. And then, unfortunately, the license ran out. Apparently is the reason it did end in the end, he said. Can't put into Bone Crusher. Bioshielding is still locked. Where can I put this perk? Colossal health. The Matrix. I remember hearing all about it and getting kind of hyped for it. But then the second Matrix movie came out and I just kind of put me off playing it. Yeah, because I thought the same with Conan. It's like, well, isn't everybody just going to want to be kind of the same? Brawler then for a bit of add damage. There we go. Is it more complex? I don't know. I don't know. What am I doing now? I've completely lost track of this quest. That's the Yuttos. Do the... yeah. Okay. That's easy enough to get done. Richard Jarrin's Talbot, Russia. A short-lived science fiction MMO. Took a month off. Servers were gone. Yeah, I tried Star Wars Galaxies. Not Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars The Old Republic. It was actually pretty good. All things considered. But, where am I going? As soon as you finish the single-player component, you're playing WoW. And they kept moving the goalposts way too often. Warframe kind of went a similar route like that. Although Warframe was really... it kind of peaked in 2017 with the Plains of Eidolon and everything. It was really good then. But then they keep introducing stuff in it, and I'm like, no, I don't like that. And yeah, that's... I mean, it's your game, do what you want, but no, I don't like it. And they made a bunch of stuff that was like the new meta. In order to get it, you had to strip everything off your character and then go raid with the team like 24/7 for weeks to get it. Or put your hand in your pocket, buy platinum and just buy it. They just, they pushed that envelope of pay to play in a free game too far. They made it too much arseache so that people would eventually just, you know what, and just pay for it. For the new Warframes. So that was it for me at that point. I just went, yeah, you've gone too far with this. I'll check back in another 6 months. And it was like, nope, still the same. We're sticking with this. Then they released another thing, which wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was some frozen planet somewhere. That was quite cool. But once you'd sort of done the whole storyline and everything there, it was like, okay, this is getting old now. And then they changed out a bunch of the missions, and it's like you kind of like spend 6 months getting your character really good, and then they go, right, we're nerfing that weapon, we're making it only shoot half the range it had before, and we're going to halve the damage as well. And you're like, well, it's a piece of shit now then, isn't it? And you've got to go farm the new meta, and it was the same thing every couple of months. I just got fed up of it. I don't mind things changing it, jog things around a little bit and everything. But there's a limit to how often you can do it before people get cheesed off, and I got cheesed off. But otherwise, Warframe's a unique game, and it is interesting. It is fairly complicated, and it feels very good to play. It looks amazing. But yeah. Yeah, there's forming teams and stuff in Warframe is very... if you start the game with a bunch of friends, form a guild, yeah, you're probably going to play together a lot. If you go in alone, you're just going to end up teaming with randoms and stuff. I was in a raiding guild in the Old Republic, and it was pretty good. We were in... what the hell were we called? Edge of Insanity or something like that. Absolutely owned all the trade skilling on the server we were on. It was nuts. It was good, but it was like every couple of months they kept moving the goalposts, and you were like, you know, all this stuff I had is no longer the best. I've got to go farm and build a ton of new stuff, and this is a pain in that. I need new materials, and I need this, and you know, kind of got old fast, if you know what I mean. That's the downside of the vertical progression model, yeah. Yeah, I started off as a, because everyone wanted, with these games, the same with Conan, when that came out, I was like, I'll try it, but, so I tried it on a free week or something and was like, it's alright, but nah, it's not for me. I played EverQuest 2 for a little bit, and again, was just like, nah, I don't think it's for me. Nothing against it, per se, I just didn't think it was all that. Yeah, I don't know if I could play a space game. I think I'd get bored. I like interesting planets and places, and I don't know. And then there's the weird games that defy anything else, like what's it called? Star Citizen. Like, will that ever be finished? And even if it isn't, does it actually matter now? Has it reached the point where paying into it is worth it for the enjoyment you get anyway? You know what I mean? It's like, it's never going to be this game that they've been going on about, but does that matter at this point? I mean, I'm like, well, I ain't got any money, so I can't really play it, but you know what I mean? It's been around for years as well, isn't it? Like 10 years or something, and it's still a beta, and they're still working on it. I mean, the footage I've seen, you can go down a rabbit hole on YouTube where, you can see how, like in Skyrim, right? You kill a bear and then just loot its fur and whatever else, or its tooth or something if it's a saber cat. You just click, the items are already there. But then in something like Red Dead Redemption 2, you kill something and you have to be a good skinner to get the skin off it, and not have shot it in the guts. You need to have shot it in the head, and then you go there, and then you got to skin it, and so there's lots of these layers. And then in Star Citizen, it seems very similar in that you're, you want to get into your ship. Well, you go to your ship, then you have to climb into the ship, and it's more nuanced and stuff. I think they want to try and make it like a simulator almost. Biggest crowd-funded game. $260 million. Well, you could make a pretty good Hollywood film for that. Well, before the marketing anyway. Yeah, the idea of Star Citizen, and I think some people are just like, for them, they've got enough disposable income that it's okay to spend that kind of money and buy things and items, virtual items within that game, because they get enough pleasure from it. Me, I would probably never, but yeah. And we're running back to Hestia, except we're not. I'm going to wait out for the beacon. Gamel 11111. You'd argue it does not matter if it ever releases. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think at this point, it's made its point. That you can have something which people, I think, unfairly say is vaporware, because there is something tangible there for people to go play, but it ain't a game you could just buy on Steam or something, Yeah, exactly. The tech. Well, Did you watch the Valve interview where they were talking about they made Half-Life 1 to try and solve certain problems. Then they made Half-Life 2 and the 2 episodes after it to solve some new technical problems. And now they've made Half-Life 3, Alex. It is Half-Life 3. Because that's a new set of problems they wanted to solve. So the next thing they do is going to be God knows, you know. There's quite an interesting interview with all of the sort of the big wigs there and a lot of the devs that worked on it. But at the very end of Half-Life Alyx, which I've seen a couple of playthroughs of now, the ending of it sort of says, no, this was actually Half-Life 3 all along. There is no way they were going to release it as Half-Life 3 because the expectations for a Half-Life 3 are so monumentally high, they'll never release anything called that. And the next problem is going to be turning Linux into a gaming OS. I thought it was. Don't most servers run on Linux? Doesn't that make it a gaming software? And then all the other variants of Linux you can play games on now? Yeah, the Stream Deck with Steam OS. Yeah, possibly. That might be then the next thing they want to solve. I mean, in a way, the Steam store did more to curb game piracy than anything else. Not because of any DRM features or anything like that. Because they literally made it easier to just get the game for real and download it without leaving the house than trying to find some dodgy copy and yada yada that might have a virus in it or whatever, and download it onto your computer. They just made it easier to not pirate it. You know, it's nuts. Anti-cheat software needs to die. Yep. Doesn't Steam have like an Apple Mac platform thing now and a something else on a Linux platform? Who the hell am I going to? I've forgotten. Oh, Dr. Darnell said deliver the Hestia, the other one. Okay. I just ran the wrong way, but hey. Getting tired. Been doing this, what? How long are we on? 3 hours. 3 hours in Scheol is enough for anyone. Lorient is going to require TPM 2.0 and secure boot enabled function on Win. There is no effing way I'm getting Windows 11 anytime soon. Number one, my hardware is way too old. Number two, the way they've set it up and they want to operate it is just dog shit, and I'm not interested. And we know the pattern. OK OS, terrible OS. OK OS, terrible OS. That's and I know people go, oh yeah, but that, you know, that's not really it. It bloody is though. Yeah, I've seen some of the sort of tech demos and stuff, and then what's that guy? He seems to know what he's talking about on Linux Tech Tips. Not Linus, who's a brilliant businessman, but not necessarily a tech wizard. Anthony, that's his name. I quite like that guy. He's got a great speaking voice as well. Yeah. If they release a Windows 11 debloater, I might try it, but I wouldn't try it without it. The M2, I don't know. Intel have kind of tried to go the chiplet route as well now, copying AMD. I'm still running an old school 4-core 8-thread donkey of a thing. No, don't attack Dr. Hestia, because you'll grief or die. The Windows 11 debloater wipes your whole disk. That makes sense. As far as multiplayer goes, it's long past time where the design pattern should have become 100% server authoritative, right? Searching for the unknown. Dr. Hestia to go to the necropolis and look for evidence that this might have been used. Is this the... Yeah, this is you go back and get the staff thingy, isn't it? Something like that, I don't know. You're still on a... George Glass, welcome to the stream, didn't see you there. Yeah, Windows 11 debloater just removes it. Yeah, Windows 10 debloater is good though. Every Windows update, Windows 10 debloater. You get rid of all the crap. You can see that you can visibly see the difference easily. You just open up Task Manager, boot into Windows after it's had an update, and for some reason your whole system with nothing open is running at like 47% of your resources gone. Run Windows 10 debloater. Oh look, 1 and 2% resources. Just gets rid of all that shite that nobody needs. The only people that need it are Microsoft. That said, Windows 7 wasn't a bad OS. Windows 8 was a little bit dodgy. Windows Vista was dog poop. Windows XP was really good. For the longest time, I had Windows XP 64-bit for ages and ages and ages. I would not go to Vista. You think they've locked themselves out? I don't think that's where they're aiming, though, Syntax. I don't think they want a piece of that pie, you know. I think the way they see it is gaming belongs on consoles and their systems belong in offices, and you know, I think Apple sees themselves differently from that. I mean, they charge the earth for Chinese-made garbage, but you know, they're making money at it, so you can't stop them. You know, how dare you make money? I mean, $1,000 for some stainless steel feet for a PC case. I mean, Jesus wept. And people buy it. They believe it, you know. It's almost like like a cult mentality with Apple stuff. I'm not saying it isn't good and it doesn't work, but Jesus. It defended the stand for 30 minutes. Yeah, he wouldn't have convinced me. I'm telling you now, I could go down to a workshop right now. Well, not right now, it's the middle of the night kind of thing. But you know what I mean? I could go down to a workshop any day of the week and get those feet built for like 100. And that's if I supplied the best quality stainless steel available. And they would be machined to within a couple of microns, exactly as I wanted them. I'd just given them the specifics. It's just ridiculous what they wanted for that. And then they use the double mesh like it's a new idea that hasn't been used as a pop filter in studios for 60 years on that case. They called it the cheese grater. It's actually exactly the same if you look at some of the pop filters on condenser mics from years ago. They just borrowed it because it's also good at stopping dust as well as, unfortunately, as well as stopping sudden movement of air. The power efficiency, no, it doesn't. It's the power it uses in standby. That's what the rulings are. It's not the power efficiency when it's running at full tilt. It's the power efficiency when it's in standby mode. Because there's things you cannot do. Have I gone the wrong way? No, it is down here, isn't it? Yeah, there was a lot of stuff about that. Oh, it's got a high-powered graphics card in it. Then you can't buy that in this, this county or whatever you call them. It was whether the system it's in can drop down to certain power use under the right conditions. If it didn't have enough, like a low enough standby power, then it didn't qualify. But they'll get around that pretty quick. Geez, you could do that with a BIOS update. Yeah, I can imagine AO running on just about anything. What am I doing here? Searching for the unknown. Go to the necropolis. Oh God. Joy. You know what this is? Yeah, there's a difference between power efficiency and maybe what you're thinking about. It's power efficient if, when it's not running at full pelt, it's very low power consumption. It only ramps up and draws power when it needs it. That's what that's about. Like if you overclock your system and then just leave it overclocked 24/7, it's not power efficient. But if your system can wind all the way down to a much lower power state when it's sat there idle, then it qualifies. There's a load of various tech sites and tech channels have explained that. It's to do with what power it consumes when it's sat there doing diddly. I mean, there's an argument for Windows debloater. If your system's running at 20-30% on a brand new system just to have Windows desktop running, then Windows itself is very power inefficient, whereas you run Windows debloater and suddenly you're down at 1 and 2%. That's a lot more efficient, because when the system's not doing much, it's not pulling much power. Someone made the argument, oh yeah, that doesn't really work, does it? Am I going to be able to survive around here? I don't think I am to do this bit of the quest. Not with all the dots and everything else. What have I got to get? It's the passive-aggressive dudes, isn't it? I'm not going to survive with all these ads. Nah, not happening. Just too much damage coming in. Can't hold against it. That's not what we were talking about. We're talking about the silicon designs that prioritize watt per flop over performance. Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you were talking about the other thing because of what somebody else said. Yeah, well, if there's a market for high-powered stuff, people will buy it. It's as simple as that, really. Right, how am I going to deal with this? Can someone get AO to run on an iPhone? Probably. If you find a wrapper for it, I would imagine so. It's not like there isn't the power in the phone to run the base game. The vanilla game doesn't use a hell of a lot of power or whatever to run. You could run it through some sort of streaming service. Yeah, probably. You all buy fast cars that aren't German, yeah. Yeah, there'll always be a way around it. People will always want performance and stuff like that. It's not power efficient to run a system with Like 2 1 kilowatt power supplies and liquid nitrogen, but people do it. What's that? I don't know how to say this. Is it a silent K? I don't know. Noma Gaming has followed. Thank you for the follow. I'm guessing the K is silent. I don't know. Could be Konoma Gaming. If it is, I'm sorry. I get that wrong a lot. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Oil comes from billions of years ago when nothing could digest rotting organic matter, so there's quite a bit of that. Coal comes from the first trees that couldn't be eaten away by bacteria because it didn't know how to digest the fibrous material the wood was made of. And once that's gone, it's gone. There's no new stuff being laid down. So, yeah, we do need alternate power sources. If we try and do it in 50 years, we'd have to build... The only feasible thing now, really, would be nuclear reactors, and we'd have to build about 250 a year for the next 50 years just to catch up with the amount of power we use now, burning coal and oil. Kind of screwed, really, unless we get really stuck in with it. Hydrogen, yeah. Trouble with hydrogen, though, Gamel, is although it's 99 whatever percent of the universe, there ain't much on Earth. Yeah, banning the sales on combustion engines from 2025. All of that sounds great, but you're charging up that car with electricity generated in a coal-fired power station somewhere. That's the problem. That's the big end of the pie. You know what I mean? It's like there's the crap coming out of the car, and there's the same amount of, if not more crap, coming out of the power station to charge the new car that doesn't have that little bit of crap. So you're not winning. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul there. You've got to start at the arse end. You've got to start at the bottom and go, right, let's get rid of all these power stations, replace them with something else. Until you do that, electric cars are just passing the buck. It's like all the pollution and carbon footprint. All that happened with that is they just passed it on to the Far East, who didn't have legislation for it, and went, there you go, we'll just dump all our plastics there and we look good on paper. But they're still using all the same crap, It still gets into the ocean. There is only one. It's all interlinked. You know what I mean? Might have different seas, but essentially, it's all one mass of water. Well, exactly, yeah. That is exactly... The carbon trading is robbing Peter to pay Paul. Right, we'll dump all our plastics and other crap. We'll sell it all. We'll pay a smaller country to take it away, and they just bury it in the ground or dump it in the ocean anyway. So the problem hasn't gone away. You've just shifted where it is. I don't know how to pronounce nuclear after Bush. George W. Yeah, whoever thought we'd miss that guy? At least he was funny. Yeah, he had an interesting way of pronouncing certain words, didn't he? He did, though. Right, how am I going to do this without cheesing it like log of crack, go calm the entire playfield? Or something like that. Spent thorium waste is less radioactive than unprocessed uranium from what I know. Something like that, yeah. I don't know the exact science of it. Fusion, they think they've almost got it, but they're still having to put nearly as much power in as they get out, so that's not really working, and so on and so forth. The more efficient solar panels get, the better they're looking. I mean, they're becoming pretty good now. Highlight my message. Are we using some absorb on that enforcer? Greater fortify. Oh, I haven't done that quest yet. Although I could do that quest. I'm now 120, so I could do all of that quest now. But the plan was just get to 130 for Friday's stream so we can do the Adonis quest and get the Adonis symbiont brain. Space-based solar. How do you get the power down from space, though? That's going to be a problem. Granted, you've got much more energy in the sunlight when it's not under our atmosphere. But then how do you get it from space to us? Space elevator. Don't know about that. Has that ever been... Has anyone gone to the nth degree on modern engineering to make that work? Microwave transmission sounds more promising. Well, also sounds like a death ray. It's like, a kid with a magnifying glass and a load of ants. No, there is a problem with a space elevator. An actual scientist explained it. I'll try and paraphrase what he said. He said up to a certain height is okay. Thereafter, the problems that you have with structures that length, vibrations, resonance, and shear are insurmountable with any material known to man or any science known to man, which is why after a certain height it just doesn't work anymore. Yeah, you'd need a molecular thing, but then you've got the resonances involved because if it was in a vacuum it works, but it's not. It's in a pretty violent atmosphere with different pressures all the way up, moving in different directions all the way up, with different temperatures all the way up. And once you apply all that kind of stuff to the engineering of it, it really doesn't work anymore. That's the problem with it. Yeah, and the Earth, you could put it on the strongest material, 100 meters deep concrete, and eventually the concrete would just push the crust down under the weight of it. Which, you 50%, but you can't go any further. It's like reaching the speed of light. You can never do it, or reach absolute zero. You can never actually quite do it. Because it's always a fraction every time, and it's a never-ending fraction. No, it wouldn't. I know what you're thinking, that the weight at the top of it would be like you swinging something at the end of your arm, but that's not what would happen. Because the thing it's attached to would have to be in orbit as well. Because to remain in orbit, you're moving faster than the Earth actually rotates, unless you're in geosynchronous orbit, in which case you would then be weightless at the end of the tether, which is what you'd have to be. So the bit on the end has to stay in the same place, which means it's... you can keep going, but the decimal point, it will just keep moving further and further away, and you never quite reach it. So because it's in geosynchronous orbit, it's weightless as far as the end of the tether is concerned, so it's not going to lift the thing up. We need materials we don't have yet to make it work. Because wherever you build it on Earth, the crust will just start getting lower and lower under the weight of it. The Earth's crust just isn't that solid that it just wouldn't deform. That's why the Earth is, what do they call it? something spheroid, but yeah, it's like it's more like a tangerine than a sphere. Something man-made. Yeah, in a vacuum, weighing thousandths upon thousandths of a gram. Yeah, but it's not a person, it's not a spaceship or anything like that. Orbit is the art to fall so fast you get pushed away like a slingshot. Sort of, but not quite. Your velocity is such that as you fall to Earth, you're going so fast that as you're falling, it's also where the gravity is coming from is moving relative to you. It's a relativity thing in orbit. Human battery, let's use the human. Yeah, the Matrix, yeah. More like, yeah, you fall so fast you can't hit the target because the target is disappearing underneath you from your relative point in space and time. But the Earth and the whole solar system isn't actually all spinning around each other. The whole thing is a huge spiral because the whole thing is moving in another direction at the same time. So there's things about orbits and gravity we don't quite get, but we know it's more like a spiral. So it's more like things falling down a big drain than it is things just neatly rolling around each other. We've come to understand that actually they're moving in a huge spiral with each other. Get your head around that. It's kind of like, what? Imagine your ears popping on that. Yeah, it's constantly falling, but it's falling at the rate it needs to escape the Earth's gravity, so it kind of whizzes around on the skies. Mind you, they're going to have to shut it down pretty soon. It's already... Is it 6 years beyond its operational limit or something that, they originally thought of? So you've probably seen... it could have been a brilliant movie, but it wasn't. Valerian. If they'd have cast it with better... Like, if they'd have cast the two leads better, it could have been a brilliant film. Because they're the only thing... Like, number one, the girl in it, she's kind of pretty, but she can't act. And then the lad is very wooden, and it just doesn't translate well on screen. But the actual movie's good. I mean, it says a lot if that pop singer... She's got really pretty eyes. Can't think of her name. But she sort of upstages them in a role that's largely CGI with just her voice acting and face capture. Fifth Element. Yeah, well, he wanted to make Valerian when he made The Fifth Element, so he made it more like it. If they made Valerian now and Bruce Willis and I forget the woman's name, but she's great. She can act. If they had those two in it, it would have worked. That's the only thing that let down. They cast the wrong people, I think. Cara, yeah, she's like, yeah. Soto Mahoney subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 12 months, currently on a 12-month streak. Omnitech is your friend and will continue to be your friend. I have always been and will always continue to be your friend. Soto Mahoney having a Spock moment. Thanks very much. 12 months, man. Wow. That's nuts. Leo, multipass. Yeah, but she's so charming. You can see why anyone would be attracted to her, why they would feel for her. Her acting in that one film is brilliant. In The Fifth Element, it's one of my favourite movies. And it's the same director. Now, if he could have made Valerian with a couple of actors like that, I mean, Bruce Willis isn't. Bruce Willis basically plays two roles when he's in a film, doesn't he? You know what I mean? But it would have been okay for him to play that role in Valerian, but he's way too old now. And the film is based on a comic, and in the comic they're much younger. She's from like 16th century revolutionary France or whatever. But yeah, Mila is yeah. If they'd Mila Kunis would have been way better in that film. She can act. That car or whatever. No, everything I've ever seen her in, I've just gone. She's a bit. Like, I don't believe a word of what the performance. It's just me. Maybe it's just me, but I think she's like a Jonah in a movie. I really do. Kunis is it Russian or some that end of the world? Her family all came over when she was a baby and all that. She speaks fluent Russian. Luke Besson is kind of a creep. Kind of. Yeah, a little bit, but Yeah, but Mina Kunis would have been good. I tell you, would have been excellent because of how, when you read about how the character's supposed to be, would have been Jerry Ryan, who played Seven of Nine in Voyager. The role she played, I mean, she stole every scene she was in Voyager, but if you'd have had her that age in the movie now, in Valerian now, it would have worked. But you'd need someone better than Chakotay as a male lead, though. Ukrainian. Yeah, it's not, that's what I was saying, it's that part of the world, but not actually Russia. Ukrainian, yeah. That would have been good. And then male actor, I don't know, really. There's a lot of male actors that could have been like, but they'd have probably gone with an action star kind of a, I don't know. Oh, you meant Mila Jokovic? Yeah. I mean, she is awesome. And she can act. That's the difference. I don't think the Kara girl can act, really. I just, the dude from Taken. Liam Neeson's a little old for that. Liam Neeson, yeah, Liam Neeson's like older than me now, and I'm old. I mean, so Liam Neeson, a young Liam Neeson wouldn't have had the acting chops. He was not great at the beginning. He always had bit parts. He got a lot better though over time. He really improved as an actor. First thing I ever saw him in was it was like a Disney movie. With Daryl Hannah and the guy from Police Academy, I think it was. Remember that actor? He was in loads of stuff in the 80s. They were in a film together where she was a ghost but made flesh, and he was her jealous ghost husband or something. And what happens in the movie is that the guy from the Police Academy ends up with Daryl Hannah, and her jealous ex takes his horrible wife, but they really like each other, and he's in that as, it's weird. Yes, Twitch, you can allow that. Gee, their moderation is, yeah. I will not look for you, I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you, I will find you, and I will kill you. Yeah, exactly. It didn't want to allow the term, I will kill you. It came up with a big red thing on the screen. Someone has tried to use this term. I've not added that. Trust me, I've not added that. It's like the auto-moderation. Oh, God. I'd rather see Carlos in a movie. I clean up okay, but I don't think I could act in a movie. I don't think I'm an actor, basically. I'd just have to be me reading those lines, and I'd be better as a narrator in a film. Sounds like the clan's talk. Yeah, I know. It's a big mess. It is. I'm not impressed by it. I wasn't impressed when Clan did it to Omni in the beginning of the year. I was like, just Jesus wept. Too much. We should get neutral to 25%. I think it's time. Yeah. Let the neutrals have a go for a bit. Right, let's see now. Is anybody else streaming the Anarchy online? You can tell I've opened up Google and and dark mode has failed. Jesus. Is Liam Neeson in Taken 5? Don't ask me, ask Google. You know, I'll do it for you. Is Liam Neeson in Taken 5? Copy. Paste into Google search. No, it doesn't actually say. It doesn't say. I don't know. Carl as narrator. This honey badger didn't give a bloody thing about that bite, didn't it? What? Crybaby, a monkey business. The main orgs, PvP. I mean, appropriate names for the PvP crowd. Oh, me as Liam Neeson, yeah. Free premium neutral apps for everyone. Do you know what? There was a time. Apparently, yes, he is in it. I don't know if he's playing the same. I'm guessing he must be playing the same role. Maybe he teams up with the daughter gets kidnapped again, or I've no idea what the plot's going to be. Haven't they done it all? First it's the daughter, then it's him, or something like that. I don't know. Not Destructive. Oh yeah. He's back playing Anarchy Online. Okay. Honey Badger doesn't give a toss. Is he playing though, or is he AFK? And he's saying he just okay. He's got music going, but I think he's AFK. Which is okay. But yeah. Anyone you guys want to go raid? Can you think of anyone you want to go raid? Jayification is live. We can go raid Che. There you go. He'll talk to you at least. Next movie, the hostage is your AO account. Yeah. Right, raid Jayification. Thanks all for coming along to the stream. It's been quite a long one for a midweek one. I will probably carry on with the rest of the Scheol Quest tomorrow on my own time, and then Friday we can maybe do the Adonis quest on stream or something like that. That'd be quite cool. But I'll set the thing going now. If everyone wants to go along, Che's playing Pirate-y game or something. He's very good at it, and he's a good bloke. He will talk to you. He is entertaining, etc. So yeah, he's like a pro streamer. He's not like me, So yeah, that'll all be cool. And I will see you all Friday, hopefully. And we can get stuff done. Thanks for all the donations, the new follows and everything else. And Soto Mahoney to reach 12 months. Good God. Even though there was quite a few others there. So yes, thank you all. And I will see you in the next one. And I'll just say bye for now.